You achieved something. The moment you told someone, you felt it. A shift, a coldness, a smile that didn't reach their eyes. They congratulated you, but something underneath said, I hope this doesn't last. Your success just made you an enemy. Carl Jung spent decades studying why human beings sabotage each other, and he found something most people never admit. Your win threatens someone's entire identity, not because of who you are, because of who they've decided not to become. Think about your old friend, the one who texted you every day. You got promoted. Suddenly, they're too busy to reply. They don't ask about it. When you bring it up, they say something like, oh, that's nice. Anyway, did you see what happened on TV? They're not celebrating. They're downgrading you in real time. And the cruelest part, they'll convince themselves they're happy for you. This isn't about your success. It's about their failure. Inside every person lives a shadow self, Jung's term for the parts we refuse to acknowledge. The ambitious one who pretends they don't care. The jealous one who insists they're fine with their life. The one who could have done what you did but chose comfort instead. Your success is a mirror they can't look away from. It shows them exactly what their choices cost. When you succeed, you're not just achieving, you're revealing. You're showing them that the story they've been telling themselves is a lie, that they could have done it too, that they just didn't want it badly enough to pay the price. And that's unbearable. So they attack, they minimize, they spread rumor, they find reasons why your achievement doesn't count. Whatever it takes to knock you back down to their level. Because as long as you're down there with, they don't have to face the truth about themselves. The worst part? It's often your parents. You grew up, you succeeded beyond what they imagined, and suddenly you're arrogant. You've changed. You've forgotten where you came from. What they're really saying is, how dare you become something we never became? How dare you all grow up? You were supposed to validate our choices by making the same one. Your parents love you, but their love comes with condition. Stay ambitious, but not too ambitious. Chase your dreams, but only dreams that fit inside their understanding of what's possible. The moment you exceed those boundaries, the love shrinks, and you realize what you thought was love was actually control. What you thought was support was actually containment. Jung called this individuation, becoming yourself. And it's the most dangerous thing you can do in the eyes of the collective, because when you escape the hurt, everyone still trapped inside sees it, and they hate you for making their prison obvious. The colleague who suddenly became distant after your promotion, they're trapped. The family member who criticizes your success, trapped. The friend who stopped calling, trapped. And your freedom is a mirror they can't ignore. Here's what they won't tell you. Most people have made peace with mediocrity. They've written stories to justify it. I didn't have the luck. I didn't have the connection. I didn't have the time. Any story except the real one. I didn't want it badly enough. As long as everyone around them is equally mediocre, that story holds. Then you succeed. And the story collapses because now someone they know, someone just like them, proved that the story was always a lie. This triggers something primal in them, not rage, panic. The panic of a comfortable delusion crumbling. Jung saw that human beings have a desperate need to believe their lives are inevitable, predetermined, that they had no real choice. Because if they had a choice, then they chose that. They chose comfort over growth. They chose safety over becoming. That's too painful to admit. So they project instead. They take their self-hatred and pour it onto you. Suddenly you're arrogant. You're fake. You've forgotten who you are. None of it's true, but it protects them from the truth. They could have done it too. You become the screen onto which they project their own failure. Watch what happens at family dinners after your success. Your parent finds a reason to criticize it. Your sibling makes a joke at your expense. Your old friend brings up some embarrassing story from years ago. They're not being malicious. They're drowning, and they're trying to pull you under so they can breathe. This is the price of consciousness. The more you succeed, the more you see how small most people's lives actually are. How many are living for approval instead of purpose? How many chose comfort over becoming? And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The people still asleep sense that you see them, and they will hate you for it. Every successful person knows this moment. When you realize that the higher you climb, the fewer people celebrate with you. When you understand that the people who loved you while you were struggling often despise you when you're thriving. When you finally accept that you cannot live for approval, and also live for yourself. Those two things are incompatible. The moment you choose yourself, you lose everyone who needed you to be small. But here's what Jung understood that most people miss. This isn't a tragedy, it's clarity. The people worth keeping will celebrate without needing anything from you. They won't need your success to validate their choices. They won't need you to stay small so they can feel big. They'll just be genuinely happy you're becoming yourself. These people are so rare that when you find them, you hold on to them like oxygen. Everyone else will eventually show you who they are. The ones who criticize, the ones who distance, the ones who secretly hope you fail. Let them go. Don't convince them. Don't explain yourself. Don't try to prove your worth. That's the old pattern. That's you still living for their approval. Your success triggers people because it's a mirror they can't break. It shows them what's possible. It shows them what they're choosing not to do. And most people will choose to hate you rather than face that truth. So prepare yourself. As you grow, you will lose people. The ones who can't handle your becoming will fall away. And that's not a failure on your part. That's natural selection. That's evolution. The cost of becoming yourself is accepting that you cannot be loved by everyone. And once you accept that, you're finally free.